To date, thankfully, 0 people in the United States of America have died from the coronavirus. 0.
Ask yourself, how many people do you know personally who've been hospitalized for coronavirus?
It's beyond absurd, and it's getting to the point of just being needlessly panicking to folks. This isn't yet anything approaching even a fraction of the magnitude of the common flu.
This virus should be compared to the flu because at worst case scenario, it could be the flu.
It's a virus like the flu. It actually can be mistaken for the flu.
I feel like the more I learn about this, the less there is to worry about.
The national left-wing media playing up fears of the coronavirus.
The risk to the average person does remain quite low.
It is very, very difficult to contract this virus.
You know that famous phrase, the cure is worse than the disease? That is exactly the territory we are hurtling towards. You think it's just the coronavirus that kills people?
This is a moment. It will pass.
The president has changed the rules on how we will forever fight pandemics here and worldwide. All New Yorkers and the country should be thanking the president.
At least so far, it hasn't been the disaster that we feared.
This was not and is not a pandemic, but we do have panic and pandemonium as a result of the hype of this. And it's really unfortunate. Look at the facts.
If we wait for Dr. Fauci's seal of approval to reopen America, we may not have an America to reopen.
You may remember what they first told us back in February and March. They said, we have to take radical steps in order to, quote, flatten the curve. Well, 6 weeks later, we're happy to say that curve has been flattened. The coronavirus epidemic appears to be easing for just a moment in this country. Many are still sick. Some of those will die. But overall, for this moment anyway, there appears to be a lull.
Thankfully, tonight, the worst has been avoided.
We now know, thanks to widespread blood testing, that the virus isn't that deadly.
The reality we have to come to grips with is, yes, we have crossed that awful 100,000 death milestone, but the effect of it has not been nearly as devastating outside of maybe 11 states.
The Trump campaign is requiring attendees at next week's Oklahoma rally to sign a disclaimer agreeing not to sue the campaign if they get coronavirus at the event.
The president and his campaign should simply not react to any of this alarmist COVID drivel from here on out.
You know what's amazing about the corona thing? Every model, every person, wrong. Everybody was wrong. Amazing.
Yep. Right from the start, we told you the truth about this virus, that most people have nothing to fear.
The politics of fear and the power of science, the politics of fear, big government edition.
Well, let's be real clear. The Democrats are looking for something to distract. And this is their latest version of it. It was Russia, you know, it was COVID. Now their latest thing is it's the post office.
And so far, so good. I mean, when I get coronavirus in a week or two, I'll blame the Democrats, obviously. But so far, everything's fine.
When I woke up this morning and I was looking at the papers and the headlines on TV, the first thing I see is the president didn't want to panic the nation when the virus broke earlier this year. I thought that was just fine and dandy.